So welcome back to Visual Theory 2. Today we're going to be thinking about color, creative color, and in your assignment packet you'll see that we have 4 assignments related to color in Visual Theory 2. Creative color today, muted and vibrant color, we'll be looking at that and thinking about that assignment. Color contrast, matching eye color, and then the color wheel is more of a technical assignment for helping us with printing as we get back into printing and really focusing on how we can get the best result from the printers. So today, 527, muted color, vibrant color. Assignment number 2 is due on the 1st of June, and the landscape assignment is actually due today. So if you've not actually completed your landscape assignment, you need to get to it and get that together today. So a quick look at the lesson plan, and then we're going to look at some examples, and then you're going to be away and shooting. So the role is going to be taken from emails. You've got to respond to those emails. Not everybody is quite up to speed with responding to the emails. Got it? When you've received the email, that's really important. Today we're going to be thinking about creative color, tone, and hue. Tone is always a term that we use to describe contrast. The rate of change between highlight and shadow details on an image. Contrast, tone are almost transferable terms, but the term tone is never a term that we would use to describe color. Hue is the word that we would use to describe color. So just a little bit of terminology there. We'll look at the assignment sheet in just a minute. Reading assignment for today, your chapter 5 in London, Upton and Stone, your big book on photography, light and color, the 2 things that are in that chapter. Some of it is technical, some of it is creative. Have a look at the pictures, read the captions on the pictures, and see how color has really led the way in the creative examples in those images that are on display there. In truth, that's where I want you to put your focus today, is to be thinking about color as a creative tool. And the objective for today is an introduction to using color as a creative tool in its own right. Just go down these bullet points very quickly. In Visual Theory 1 and other classes, we've started to build a visual toolbox. Try not to talk about composition and everything in terms of what is right and wrong, but really give you a toolkit that you can use and apply to many of the photographs and the compositional techniques that you'd use. Visual Theory 1, we looked at composition, shape, form, rhythm, contrast, hierarchy, tension points. The tips that we gave, look at what you're not looking at, because our eyes focus in on that one thing. That's very common to see that one thing placed right in the middle of the frame, and we need that one thing positioned somewhere else in the frame that you really choose. Looking into the 4 corners of the frame. So those are our compositional tips, some of them, not all of them. Tension points, I think I hadn't said that. But light as well, thinking about light, color, the direction of light and the quality of light. Is the light hard? Is the light soft? But we need to be thinking about the color of light as well. And the color of light changes through the day. Just as the first glimpse of daylight comes at the beginning of the day, it's a very cool palette, almost monochrome, that goes to a very bluish tone. And then it starts to change. We get a little bit of pink light in there, very quickly becomes very yellowish, and then into the full spectrum of the day. Golden hour, the hour before the sun drops away at the end of the day, is much more of an orange golden color, very vibrant, rich color. And it's really, really beautiful to work with. So we need you to think about the color of light and daylight in particular, and the way it shifts and changes. Today we want to take control of color in this assignment, and I'm going to be asking you to do certain things with color, but as much as anything, I just want you to look at the color within the photographs that you're taking and control how much of that color is in the frame, and let color be the thing that really leads the way with your shooting. 4 color assignments, we've said that. I want you to shoot, I want you to edit, and I want you to deliver your work. I think you've got a day to do this. probably got a week to do it. Yeah, 6/1 is the due date on your assignment sheet, and we'll come back and look at the assignment sheet in just a moment. But muted color and vibrant color. And so let's look at some of these colors on here. So vibrant color, very bright, full light and very powerful colors that can be used in many different ways. It's like a children's coloring palette that you're actually working with, as opposed to a muted color, softer color. Now, I don't want you to get too hung up on, is this muted, is this vibrant? I want you just to tune into using the colors. And as you go through, there should be a clear difference between the two types of palette that you're actually choosing. Muted color, vibrant color, you can have a full mix of colors within your frame if you wish, or you could really limit it. And I'll show you some examples in a minute of color where it is very limited in your frame. Pastel colors, very subdued colors, muted colors. So this is going to be a great technique, and hopefully it's really going to add to your repertoire and your visual toolkit of what you can actually do. Vibrant colors, of course, are really kind of very bright, very energetic, and there's always going to be an emotional response to the way that we're using colors as well, whether it's very soft and very gentle, or whether it's really going to be waking us up and a very vibrant use of color. Yeah, the raindrops, the weather's not been great this week, but that rain can be really amazing for photography. So don't be afraid to go out in the rain and get your camera out. Take an umbrella. There's a lot that you can actually do. So muted colors, again, we're allowing color to lead the way and simplify the palette in the photographs that you're taking. Here, it's muted color, of course, but there's not anything bright happening in there. In here, more muted colors, I guess, with the pink. The green is quite a vibrant color. The two colors are working together, but there are not other colors there. It's a very kind of controlled environment. Red and green together. There's other tonality in there. The chrome on the vehicle is much lighter, but we're using a very simple palette here. In terms of use of color, exactly the same use here. Of course, it's a completely different photograph, but we got red and we got green working together. Here, the colors of nature, much softer, much more subtle, but it's the same basic principle that we're playing with here. Green with an accent of a fallen leaf. Artificial colors, man-made colors are always going to be quite different, and when we get back into class, I'll show you a photograph of a mixture of hand-dyed wools that were all dyed with natural dye, and you can put any combination of those colors together. And it's been said to me that it's only man-made colors that actually clash, but natural colors in the natural world, you can put any combination of those colors together. This is an unusual kind of thing. This is a wasp's nest, and great textures and almost monochromatic. Again, use of color leading the way, and let's go back and look at the assignment sheet, and then you should be away for the day and shooting and spending time editing your images. Your assignment is to take two sets of images, one using vibrant colors and the other muted colors. In addition, consider taking photographs with one dominant color palette with no other colors present, and then adding an accent color or multiple colors. So 6 photographs with vibrant colors, 6 photographs with muted colors. Note there about the reading assignment, and deliver a contact sheet with 12 images and 1 image onto Blackboard for this particular assignment. All right, I think that's it. I think we're away. Where are we? 10 minutes on that video. I wonder if there's any editing options that we could actually look at here. You know, one tool that it might be fun to add if you've not already done it is looking at the blur gallery from the drop-down menu filter. Blur gallery and bear with me, blur gallery. Iris blur is quite a cool tool to use, and you can throw the background of an image out of focus. You could do this with a layer mask, so you're really in control of what's in and out of focus. But this can be quite a fun kind of tool to use as well, that you might want to play around with. And it might be fun on an assignment like this to play around with throwing the background out of focus just a little bit. And your editing, you can shoot in RAW and do your normal workflow with RAW, making your processing parameters, exposure, contrast, and sharpening, add sharpening right at the end before you hand your work in. Don't get too hung up about the editing, but we do consider it's important that you edit all of your work at this stage. All right, that's it. Hope you have a great day.